Hi there, my name is Kaylee Irwin. I got into the succulent business when I married my husband Tanner. We decided it'd be a pretty fun thing to do out here at our community market, which is pretty new to Amarillo. And the succulents have taken off. We grow them out at our family's greenhouse, J&L Plants. It's a wholesale greenhouse. And we propagate them ourselves, and we're looking at getting more varieties because we've had a pretty high demand since we've come out here to the market. It's been really good.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed, that all of the plants here seem to be some form of succulent.
They are.
Why the specialty in that type of plant?
We just felt like it's kind of the plant now. A lot of people like it. It's a very low maintenance plant, and it's a good indoor plant, so they can get it here in the summer, and it's something that'll last them for several months if they keep it indoor in their house too. So
I see. So this is an all-year-round operation for you.
It is. Yes, we've been passing out cards too because so many people have beautiful pots at home. So we've been telling people they can bring their pots to us, and we'll fill it for them. And we started doing aloe also, and the aloe's been really successful too. People are just gravitating towards it. So.
Well, that's great. You mind kind of showing us maybe one or two varieties of succulents, and also maybe cover a little bit how you would care for them. Yeah.
So I'll show you my favorite first. This one, I can't. Oh goodness, I broke one. This one is like a jade, I guess, breed, but my favorite name for it is the Hobbit. I think that's precious. And Tanner would be a better person to ask on the different varieties on some of the things, but the care for them is pretty simple. You water them about once a month if they're indoor, and they do good on windowsills. If you do them outdoors, they can go in direct sun, but you want to water them weekly. So, but they're kind of a deserty plant. They store all the moisture here in their leaves, so they're pretty low maintenance. The biggest problem is people overwater them, and so people are shocked to hear that it only takes once a month of watering. So it makes it pretty easy, you know. And we've had so many kids lately that are gravitating towards them because it's something good for them to have a responsibility with, I think. So
what about the types of light that you would need to put them in?
So they do good with like the windowsill light, kind of indirect sunlight. I actually have some in my house that aren't even by a window, but when I water them, I'll move them to the windows and then move them back, and they tend to be doing well. I have some on my desk too that are just getting the fluorescent light, and they are like thriving in my office. So it does pretty good, yeah.
Now, how are they affected by temperature changes? Say, like in the wintertime, would you want to leave that plant on the windowsill?
You can in the winter. You may want to kind of rotate it some. You cannot have them outside in the winter. They will definitely freeze over. But they do pretty good in the windows in the wintertime, as long as you aren't opening the windows or anything. But other than that, they like the normal house temperatures. They do really good. They can tolerate the heat pretty well, so yeah, they're pretty low maintenance.
All right. Well, you had mentioned something about needing to water them and not overwatering them. What type of a pot or a container would you actually recommend? I noticed that there's a coffee cup down here.
That was actually one I made in my pottery class. They do really well in the terracottas. We actually have been doing some in terrariums too. I don't have any out here today, but like the glass bowls. You really want bowls that they drain with though, because you want that water to filter out. Some of the terrariums, that's where people have troubles though, because they keep watering them and that water never drains out of them. So you want to let the terrariums really dry out, and that's usually when they're kind of in that glass enclosure. But like on these, they have a drain hole, so that water filters out of it really well.
Tanner, you've been talking to some customers. Do you have anything that you would like to add?
Sounds good. She sounds like a professional.
He wanted to know a couple of varieties. Do you know some of the names on those?
Just that there's a bunch. Most of them are sedums, a couple echeveras, send you a whole list. But yeah, crassulas, which is the jade. Those are the main popular ones.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you all very much.
Thank
It's
you.
been a joy meeting you.
Yeah, thank you.